All right, let's try it again. I reset it. Let's see what's going on. It could have been. I will say this. It may have been a deal where the OBS had a malfunction in it. It was not.
Wasn't us.
It wasn't sending potentially. I mean, I don't know that, but
Yeah.
that's a possibility. The only problem I have now is it's showing 0 people in the chat, which is obviously not right because people were watching us on the screen and commenting. But yeah, there's some issues here, but I don't know.
Could be.
Here we go.
Because you have to.
I think we're fine now. I got
There it is.
Yeah. So you guys help me out in the chat real quick. You see us? We feel we're pretty good about this. We feel pretty good about it right now. It's gonna give you a second to comment. Feed looks good now. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me just tweet out that we had a little glitch.
I'll retweet you.
We're back going. About to take calls.
Someone compared us to hand raise guys. Jay is in Montgomery, which is, as you might know, a larger city, and he has much faster internet.
Does he?
Yes.
Is that a fact?
He and I have discussed this. It's an absolute fact.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let me go put this back over here now.
The internet here and where we are living in this part of Oxford is painfully slow. AT&T knows it and doesn't care.
All right, one thing I need to do. Yeah, we'll get to the calls in just
And when you call somebody to see about maybe doing something about it, you have to go through 5 people in Sri Lanka before you can talk to anybody in America.
I've heard you do this before, and it is quite
it's ridiculous. You can't speak to an American. You speak to an Indian named John.
All right. So anyway, anything else good today for you want to go, or what? What you got?
No, I mean, I just think people are going to have to understand that this is a transition class. This is B, a completely different kind of coach than Ole Miss has ever had, ever. And that this is going to be different. It's going to feel different. It's going to look different. It's going to operate differently. This is not Matt Luke, Hugh Freeze, Houston Nutt, even Ed Orgeron.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't here for that, but I've heard. This is not David Cutcliffe. This is not Tommy Tuberville. This is not Billy Brewer. This is a completely different kind of guy.
And the times have just changed.
He's running a Nick Saban type of system with a different personality than Nick Saban. Press conferences are going to look different. They're going to sound different. Frankly, if you can get away from the way that they look, I think you're going to enjoy the fact that they actually have substance.
Fix that you'll enjoy the transcripts much more than you ever have, because you're gonna get some answers.
Well, we got answers today.
Yeah,
he answered every question we asked. No coach speaks. No slogans.
No body language that showed he had any desire to be there whatsoever.
He didn't want to be there.
No.
I've said this all week, so let me reiterate it. He doesn't need the local media. He doesn't know who we are. He doesn't care who we are. He's disinterested in who we are. He can get national media. He got Tony Barnhart today. Tony Barnhart reaches more people by himself on the SEC network than all of us reach combined, multiplied to the 10th degree.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. It makes sense. Will that change over time? Will he get to know some guys? Yeah, probably a little. This is not a guy that's going to go play golf with writers. He's not going to go to lunch with writers. He's not going to hang out with writers. He's not going to go on some retreat and invite writers to go. And if he does, it'll be national writers because there's a story that he wants to reach the masses.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Let's open up the phone calls. Let's see. Turn your device down for me, please. All right, who we got?
Hey, Neil and Chase, it's Bubba. How y'all doing?
Oh, lovely. Yeah, always first. If nothing else, I admire your punctuality. Although I saw you saw you called about 10, 15 times, so you were pretty dedicated tonight.
Well, you know how it is. If you ain't first, you're last, right, boys?
That's right.
But anyway, I'm first of all, I'm glad Neil's not locked up in the pokey with OPD, and that's nice.
Neil got a win today. He's in trouble now, but he got a win in the first round.
Yeah, I'm not winning the second round.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with the law too much, boys. But I just got two quick questions.
Okay.
How did we lose that boy from Horn Lake, the defensive tackle? What happened in y'all's view? And you think we're gonna go to the transfer portal for some kids and JUCOs to fill out the class in February? And y'all have a Merry Christmas, and thank y'all for all your hard work. I know you look tired, a little worn down, but I understand it.
Yeah.
And y'all have a good night.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
We'll
Bubba.
tackle those. Which one do you want first, Mr. McCready?
We can take Horn Lake.
Okay. What happened?
I don't think the coach there is particularly thrilled with Matt Luke getting fired.
Oh, you think that's
I
the deal?
absolutely know it.
Do you really?
I do. There was some encouragement on the part of the coaching staff there for guys to go to other places. I think Jakevian Brown kind of hit it off with Lane Kiffin, therefore he stuck with it. And Josiah Hayes, I think, wanted to go to Auburn. Chad Simmons got attacked on the site when he posted this, but it was true. Wanted to go to Auburn. Auburn didn't have room. Wanted to go to Kentucky. They didn't have room. All of a sudden, last night, Kentucky had room. Bang. Was looking for a reason not to go to Ole Miss, and Kentucky gave it to him. That's it.
So Ole Miss let's see, they've below 50% on Horn Lake kids in the last couple of years.
Yeah, 1 for 4.
Yeah.
LSU, Georgia, Kentucky, and Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm. And I'll mostly put this one up for John Summerall, the main reason here, I would assume.
I would assume he's a big part of it. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his job, to recruit players to Kentucky, and he did.
The transfer portal, look, sure, everybody's going to give it a shot. I mean, I did think Lane had a pretty good answer today about how, in a lot of ways, college is kind of like an NFL roster management now because there's so many different avenues to get kids. It's not just, hey, go to high school, you get them, and you move forward. You've got JUCOs, you've got grad transfers, you've got 4-year transfers, you've got all these different things and different ways to put it together. And then you got to figure out it's not a salary cap system by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a system where they have to figure out how to use those 25 and the 25 and the 85 effectively and figure out how to put that in to get the best roster on the field. So there's a lot of that. But here's the transfer portal. Those kids are leaving a place because of a reason. A lot of kids are in JUCO for a reason. Got to really evaluate. You've got to evaluate correctly. You got to figure out why they're gone and why they couldn't help the team they're in and why they're out of there. And with JUCO kids, you got to figure out, okay, what was the thing that pushed them to JUCO in the first place? I mean, the transfer portal can be a great thing. It can also wreck your program if you rely on it too much. So, and he knows that. But yeah, you can't. The transfer portal has become this really bright and shiny object that has some pitfalls to it if you're not careful. Because I mean, kids are leaving schools for a reason.
You need to put the number up on the page.
Oh, that would probably help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little off today.
It's okay. It's okay. It's been a month.
It's been a month.
It's been a long month. If you go back and think about it.
All right, 1 second. I'll get the number up. Although some people just have it because we are getting some calls.
Bubba has it.
Bubba has it. He has the number. as soon as that song gun popped, I think he was actually even calling him before we went live. It was just coming right in. Okay, let's see. Just 1 second, people.
Grizzlies popping the Thunder tonight. I know you care.
Are they?
Grizzlies up 14 into the third. Close to the end of the third. 36 seconds left in the third. Yeah, Robbie Ashford's not going to sign until February, but he's going to Oregon.
You think that's where he's going?
Yeah, he's going to take a visit and make sure, but he's going to Oregon.
Feel good about that.
You know, one thing we didn't ask about today, Kiffin tweeted out a lot of Jordan swag.
We did not ask that. My gut tells me no.
Well, just what I know about how hard it is to switch it tells me no, but maybe something was going on and maybe he pulled a string and got it done. If so,
could he get it done that quickly?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I mean, usually the Nike uniform stuff takes forever to change. It's usually like a year and a half, 2 years to really get things.
Yeah, but maybe
in that direction.
something moved. I don't know.
I mean, it would be a big deal. The kids would love it. You can see from Twitter today. I mean, there's only, was it 4 schools so far that have this?
Oklahoma has it.
Florida, Michigan,
and
is there one more?
Seems like there's one more.
And that's it.
Yeah.
We'll go to back to the lines. We'll take a couple more calls in a second. I will tell you quickly about Tyson Drugs and G&M Pharmacy. G&M on South Lamar in Oxford, 662-236-2222. They deliver local in the Oxford area to your home or workplace. You know, you're getting MedSync. They also have Right Way Meds, which individually packages your medicine, puts it when you need it to make it easy on you. Again, that number is 662-236-2222.
It's North Carolina. That makes sense because he played it.
That would make sense.
North Carolina. We're also brought to you by Nest & Wild. Sleep better with the Nest & Wild mattress. It's a Mississippi-based mattress company making a high-quality mattress delivered right to your door. They make buying a mattress easy. Every Nest & Wild mattress is 1 foot thick, giving you comfort and support that will last. When you get a Nest & Wild mattress, you also fight cancer in your sleep. They've partnered with Jason Mott's Foundation. Every mattress sold, a portion goes back to Jason's charity. It's a no-risk decision. 99-night trial. Try it out. Sleep on it for 99 nights. If you don't like it, you can return it. Go to nestandwild.com and order your mattress. Enter the podcast code REBEL20. Get 20% off your purchase. We're also brought to you by Pinnacle Trust. Penn Trust, based in Madison, Mississippi. They represent clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states as well. What they do is they provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. They treat investment like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. Go to pintrust.com to learn more, PINN trust.com, and tell them you heard about Pinnacle Trust on the podcast. You get 10% off your first year's fee. We're also brought to you by the Westin Jackson. We'll be there on Friday night. You should come see us. Go early, check out Soul Spa, the ultimate luxury spa experience in downtown Jackson, and then go to Estelle Wine Bar and Bistro, open up a tab, and buy us drinks there at Estelle. They've got curated wine list, craft cocktails, and more. It's a beautiful hotel. You'll love it. You get to visit with us. Chase will do autographs and stuff, and we'll see you there on Friday night around 5 o'clock. Ole Miss coach Kermit Davis will join us. So will former Ole Miss coach, current GA Ansu Cisse. The podcast is also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. You guys know how this works. If you're thinking about making a trip and you want to do a trip that's one that you'll always remember, one that will create a lifetime of unique memories, get in touch with John. Give him some parameters. Give him a budget. He'll give you options. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients save $50 off their first book trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast. And we're brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, it's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. They've got a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles. You should check it out. Been friends of this podcast, of our website, for a long time. Speaking of the website, by the way,
yep.
Great Christmas present. Go to our site, rebelgrove.com, part of the Rivals Network. We have a static page up. Click it. Buy a subscription for a friend. You get 25% off and a $75 gift card to Nike, Converse, retail outlets all over the place, even in Puerto Rico. And all you got to do is enter promo code Nike, Nike.
Yeah, well, you mentioned drinks and whatnot. A very kind gentleman this time last year. We had dinner with him. He got really drunk, passed out at the table we were sitting at, I believe, pretty much. He got halfway comatose.
Yeah.
During dinner. Very generous, but very drunk.
Very generous
that night. So yeah, that was
his drunk money spent just as well as his sober money.
Did it?
Yeah.
I think he told us he was on an expense account with somebody and he wasn't having to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I remember that if I remember that correctly. Who we got on the line?
Hey, this is Jordan.
Jordan, how are you?
Great. Doing good. How about y'all?
Oh, we're lovely. A little tired, but we're hanging in. What's on your mind?
fellas, I have one question for y'all.
Okay.
I'm not sure if y'all can help me or not, but can you tell me what the deal is with Kendall Briles?
What do you mean?
The rumor was when Lane was hired that he and Kendall were going to be a package deal, and now I hear he's going to Arkansas.
Yeah, he is the new offensive coordinator at Arkansas. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he thought that was a better opportunity or whether Lane wanted to go in a different direction. I don't know.
Lane did jump on Lebby pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once it got moving.
Well, here's the thing. Lane is his offensive coordinator. Kendall Briles wants to be the offensive coordinator. You can only have one cook in that kitchen.
Got anything else?
That's great, guys.
Okay.
Thank you for all your
Absolutely.
work.
Thank you.
Who we got?
Hello, it's Corey and Amory.
Hello, Corey and Amory. How are you?
Lovely.
Corey, you're in Amory. Let me make a suggestion to you. Go by Clark Ford, 662-257-1900. Tell them that you heard about it on the podcast. See what happens.
I'm glad that my phone call got an ad read.
Well, it got a very short one at the front end, so we had to kind of make up for it. Are you just boozing it up, Corey? I mean, Amory's wet now. What are we doing? I mean, we just is it Bourbon Street on Main Street right now?
I bet it's crazy.
I have a serious subject to talk to y'all about. It has nothing to do with recruiting.
Okay.
And it's Wednesday night at like 9:00. So y'all's booze level on this show is gonna go way down tonight. I'm sorry. This is not gonna be the typical guy with the guns getting shot on the out. You know, I mean, it's gonna be different night for y'all.
It's
Okay.
church night, Corey.
I know. We went to church. Well,
Okay.
my family did. So I got called to the school today because my son got in a fight.
Oh, no.
No, this is great to me. Anyway, I mean,
Okay.
this kid, there was a kid that had been picking on him. So what did I tell my son about 2 months ago?
You got to fight back.
Next time he does it, what's he supposed to do?
Don't start it.
Punch him in the damn yes.
Either he
Now-
fights back or you're going to deal with him when he gets home. One or the other, right?
Well, he got his little ass whipped today. I mean, I'm talking about he's probably suspended from school. I don't know what all's going to go on tomorrow. It happened right at 3:00, so we really don't know. But you want to talk about a proud dad moment is when me and my wife have to go get my son at 3:30 today. My mother was in the line to get him, and I had to call her and say, "Hey, you're not going to be able to get him. Me and Kristen have to go up there, and we have to talk to the principal." So I tell him, I was like, "Hey, all right, y'all leave." Talking to my wife and my son, and I'm sitting there talking to the principal, and I'm like, "Look, now this is all gonna fall back on me, and I realize that, and I'm okay with whatever consequences come his way. But I told him to slap the shit out of this kid the next time that he says something bad to him. And by God, he did it, and I am the proudest kid. I mean, we've got ice on his face right now. He got beat up so bad.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, but now this kid knows the next time he's going to have to whoop my son's ass. He doesn't have a choice because he is going to fight him. And it is a proud dad moment over on Folks Road in Amory, Mississippi.
So you think you solved this problem today?
There is a great value in knowing that, man, if I mess with this kid, I'm gonna have to fight him. And I think we got that. Squared away today. I think that
your son's what? He's 11. He's 11 years old.
Elementary school is well aware.
Your son's 11, right?
10, yeah.
10, okay.
So it was only.
I told them.
It was only verbal toward him, and then he threw the punch.
No, it was kind of like a pushing and shoving kind of thing, and he finally had enough of it and just off the top rope, and then proceeded to get his ass whipped. But somebody's gonna have to whoop his ass the next time again, and that to me that's valuable. He was outranked. It was a featherweight versus a heavyweight.
That's what I was wondering. The other kid, pretty good size.
Pretty big boy,
Okay.
and a good kid, and one of my kids' best friends. But it just been going on and on and on.
Well, he's got friends like that. I'd hate to see his enemies.
You know what? They'll become
know,
become friends now. It's I got when I was at
right.
when I was
There's
at
no doubt. There's no negative to this.
Yeah.
I told the principal, I was like, man, look, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. He can get in trouble over here on Court Avenue, but his ass is not in trouble on Folks Road. I'm just telling you, because this shit has been going on and on and on. So we've had a good night at the Clark household. Hadn't heard a word y'all said. I just called in because I knew it was time. So.
Have you been in many fights, Chase, in your life? You don't seem like a big fighter.
I don't know that I don't think I've ever been punched.
Really?
No. I don't think so.
I messed with a kid at Oak Hill Academy in West Point named Ron White. He was a Native American. I have not messed with another Native American ever. That kid beat my ass like I owed him money. And that was one of the last times I've ever gotten in a fight. It was in the 4th grade at Oak Hill Academy in West Point.
I've had punches thrown at me and missed twice. And then I did punch a kid on a gifted trip in 5th grade one time. Got in trouble for that one.
Hatley gifted?
Yeah.
The Hatley gifted?
I think they called it Discovery.
You know, the ones
that's probably exactly what I think it is.
These are the kids who can read. They're gifted. They're gifted, y'all.
Never had a day at detention.
Y'all have a good night. Man.
Yeah, all right. Hey. You there, still? In all seriousness, I was making fun. Do we have alcohol in the stores yet? When does it start? What's going on?
No, there's a 30-day what they call protest period.
Oh, good God!
Which is funny to me. From 1,300 to 800 votes, there's a 30-day protest period, and then I want to say when you come home for Easter, you'll be able to buy booze. That's what I want to say.
For Easter.
For Easter, yeah.
But
or
only
the Railroad Festival, or
only light beer.
Whatever you.
Just,
no, it's full. It's everything.
Oh wow, okay.
I have heard that we're not going to be trashy. We're not going to sell singles.
Oh,
so six-pack will be the smallest amount of beer you can buy.
So here's my question for you, and I will let you go after this, but you and I will get this, and most other people will. What percentage is actually going to go buy this here, and what percentage is still going to go to Nettleton or Aberdeen so they're not seen in the stores buying this here?
I know a percentage is going to buy it in Amory, and they live in Hatley on Folks Road.
Okay, I got
you.
You are not bashful. Is that what you're telling McCory about where you purchase your booze?
The vote difference was a mandate. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. We're good. It wasn't like 20 votes, and everybody's going to be, like looking at you funny when you go in there. I mean, it was an ass whooping.
If it's done this 20 years ago, it would have put in that Daisies out of business where you just get the 6-packs all taped together in Nettleton.
My prom picture was behind Daisies.
Was it really?
On the counter, my prom picture was back then.
Well, yes, you'd
sir,
always do that because it was a narc because everybody in there was underage. You always want to take your picture and put it up and put it on the wall.
Well, I mean, she was buying. It was just a bootlegger. She didn't have no liquor license. It was just, she was just buying beer. And
it was a single wide trailer with a neon sign in the window.
Said cold beer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, shout out to Shrek. He just texted me, said good call. So shout out to Shrek. He lives on Mills Road. Later, y'all.
All right. Later, Corey. All right. Story time with Corey there tonight.
Your kid in a fight's a big deal.
What do you mean? Just all the way around?
Yeah. I mean, that would be a big deal.
Are you Carson has not been in a fight, I'm assuming?
No. He's the type, though, that
once you piss him off,
he'll never start one, but he might finish one day.
Who's on the line?
Hey, it's Amanda from Huntsville.
Hey, Amanda from Huntsville. How are you?
Good, good. I'm one of the 4% that actually listen to you all.
We're going to stick with 4. We think it's growing. We
it's
think we have an emerging demographic at this point.
It's 9-10% now.
You think it's 9 or 10?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know, y'all are funny, but that guy from Amory, he was cracking me up.
He cracks us up a lot.
Yeah.
Amanda, that is we couple weeks ago we got the Amory Walmart stories. We get this tonight. You never know what you're going to get with Corey.
I'm going to have to remember that line. We're going to keep it classy. We're not going to sell singles.
Yeah.
We're not going to be trashy.
We're not going to be trashy. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. We're not going to be trashy. Anyway, I just wanted to call in and say hey and see what y'all are drinking tonight. And my husband said when we're in Mississippi next, we'll buy y'all a drink.
Neil has, I'm assuming, Pinot Noir in front of him. I actually have nothing in front of me whatsoever.
Actually,
I don't even have water tonight. I have nothing.
It's actually a red blend. It's okay.
Why do you have a red blend?
Because my parents gave it to me.
Okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's a really sad night, Amanda. I mean, it's Wednesday.
We're
Everybody's a little tired.
We're too tired to be all that happy.
There's not
Amanda.
the same energy that there has been in the past. I'm admitting it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's close to Christmas, lots of stuff going on.
You have a big Christmas
I
planned?
get ya. Just our kids and our family from Mississippi is coming to Huntsville, so.
How old are your kids?
4 and 8.
Oh, so you're still doing the fun part of Christmas.
Santa's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're right here. They said
Hey. Hey, listen, you got to go to bed on Christmas Eve night cuz Santa Claus, he won't come if you're awake.
That's right. I'm kind of scared. All right, well, it's time for them to go to bed anyway, so. Anyway,
make Santa Claus some cookies.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Reindeer food.
Absolutely.
Right,
Carrots and raisins and glitter.
Yes, glitter. That's
Of
right.
course. Yeah, because you got to see.
All right.
Yes. Well, if we don't call y'all again, have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas,
Absolutely.
Amanda.
Uncle Neil telling the kids to go to sleep is said in the.
Well, you got to
in
mix
live
the
chat.
glitter in with the oatmeal and all the stuff because they have to be able to see it from the sky to land. It's like laying out a landing strip.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You seem to have a lot of Santa Claus and Christmas knowledge. You always have an opinion on this.
Well, there's a way to do Christmas, and it is
A
what
way
it is.
not to do
a way
Christmas?
not to do it. Yeah, you have to feed the reindeer. They're flying around the world in one night. They're hungry.
Who's on the call with us?
Paula.
Paula, how are you?
Hey, Paula,
Good.
what's up? A runway, so I was looking for not a landing strip.
What do you want to talk about tonight? What's on your mind?
Well, I'm curious to see why Chase doesn't have a drink.
It's Wednesday night. It's church night. I mean, come on.
Stop.
Not a heathen. That's the thing, right?
Well, I mean, I volunteer at the middle school check-in at church, and I'm having a drink.
What are you drinking? I'll live vicariously.
I'm drinking some red wine.
Okay, is it a blend too, or is it actually a real glass of wine?
No, it is a Pinot Noir.
See, whoa. The correct pronunciation. See, Neil, is it necessary to
Noir?
Yeah,
Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Yeah, is that so hard?
No, I mean,
Thank you, Paul.
I didn't.
It's only taken months, but we finally have gotten to this place. So are you mad about Lane Kiffin in the recruiting class today too, like everybody else? Everybody's a little on edge tonight.
I'm excited. I think he was very humble, which is a little bit shocking, but I'm excited.
He's humble in the way he knows how to be humble. He can turn it off and on is his thing. I mean, Neil and I were talking about this earlier today. Depending on what his audience is whether or not he puts it into that gear or not.
Yes.
100%.
I'll give you an
Well,
example.
I was shocked that he wasn't looking anybody in the eye. He had his head down. He was like, I've done this and that, and I'm getting the best kids, and I was excited.
A couple people said over here. He was like, I don't care where you are.
That was the best part. Is most people were like, we're trying to get him to look their direction. He just kept his head down. He went,
It's so
okay,
funny. I was starting to laugh.
He wasn't doing it.
No, not at all.
He doesn't care anything about any of us, and it's really fun.
Nope.
It's really fun. I mean, I have people say, "Are you bothered by that?" I'm like, "No, of course not. It's hilarious." You got big Christmas plans?
Well, just trying to get ready for it.
Kids, what are the ages? That kind of thing.
Well, I'm married to Scott, who owns College Corner. And,
oh, okay.
That's right. Nora is 13 and Matthew is 11.
Okay, so you're still at a fun age. Not as much fun as
Yes.
earlier, but yeah.
Right. So don't tell Matthew, but Nora knows.
Yeah.
Matthew does.
Well, tell Scott that I will. I'm going to see him on Friday and pick up some stuff to take to our show. So.
Absolutely. Keep repping.
Yep.
Keep repping the College Corner.
I will. Promo code Lane Train this week.
Absolutely.
CollegeCornerStore.com.
Hashtag that will keep delivering.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Merry
Good to talk to y'all.
Merry
Absolutely.
Christmas.
Have a good night.
Can you believe I said landing strip? It's not.
No. Who's on the call?
I can't believe that. It was totally innocent, but now that I think
Gentlemen,
yeah. Yes.
how are we doing this evening?
Hello, Zach. What's up?
I'm not picking these calls,
Well-
but we're just talking to everybody we know tonight. I think, or just hey, how's it going? We'll just have some group.
I'm
chats.
finally feel like a Mississippian because everybody knows everybody in Mississippi. You know.
It is the biggest small town in the
Yeah,
world, is what
yeah.
it is. Is Mississippi. Zach, are you stinging from that defeat that I handed you earlier today? I mean, are you overcoming it all right,
Well-
or do we have to talk about it?
Well, first off, I was going to say that these calls are coming in conveniently. I think it's just because we're doing what we need to do for the access to hand raise guys.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. But yeah, no, I wanted to congratulate you both on your victories. Chase, ours had a little bit of it was almost like a Grizzly Spurs vibe, where you were really finding your inner Shane Battier and getting after me. I know that was a 1 versus an 8, but
You
I couldn't think of another 2.
although you got 2 entries because you're doing Red Cup too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't take credit. I can't take credit for the full account because
Okay.
my boy Bob handles the account day to day. I just kind of help with retweets and stuff. But,
Okay.
But yeah, it was a bit of I feel like it was a setup to have us in the first round. But
I've got some great
you know.
material to come at Ben tomorrow if it gets really close. I'm itching a little bit for this thing to get close to 50-50. But he kind of was trying to concede already earlier today. He was trying to pull out and not have that not have that come about. But I've got a couple. I've got a couple waiting in the.
I don't think I can get within striking distance of Bunky. I just don't think.
You had a hell of a draw. Your draw was awful.
My draw was brutal. First, I get put in the fan bracket, which was crazy, and then I fight OPD, and I'm
as you said, Ben gets JT Thomas in the first round, and then you get Oxford PD, and then run into Bunky Perkins next round.
And I'm in the process of putting the OPD away, and Doug Nikhazy gets involved.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
all I can say, hey Doug, if you're listening and you're pitching in an SEC game on a Friday night and you start hearing before every changeup, it's me. Payback's a bitch, Doug.
oh man,
That night against Kumar, it's going to be a.
Yeah, that night against Kumar when he's like, it's like Vanderbilt knows every time a curveball's coming.
Would we really be shocked if Vanderbilt was stealing every sign illegally somehow? Like, would we really be that shocked? Come on.
No.
I wouldn't even be a little
they
blown
love
away
the
by
game
that.
too much. They respect the game too much.
Are the calisthenics strictly to piss people off or not? What do you think? What's your argument, Zach?
You know what? I don't think so. I don't know if you've ever talked to him. I had the opportunity to go to a team camp, and I met Coach Corbin when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't seem like he's an asshole.
I could be wrong.
He doesn't
Never
have a lot.
played for him.
He doesn't have a lot of sense of humor, but he doesn't necessarily want to do
Yeah,
things.
it's that Northeastern thing.
I met his brother
Very
in a
subtle, matter of fact.
I met his brother in a laundromat in Hoover. He was a really good guy.
At a laundromat in Hoover.
Yep.
Okay.
A laundromat.
Yeah, I had to do laundry.
What were you doing in a laundromat?
Doing laundry.
Okay.
For the baseball tournament because you were there so long.
Yeah, I was there. It wasn't that tournament. It was years ago when I was in Mobile,
Okay.
and I had to go from
Say every time I send you over there, they win the damn thing. So
Yeah. I mean, no offense, but God, that tournament. I said, "How long am I going to be there?" You're like, "Oh, you'll be back by Thursday." You sure? Oh yeah, for sure.
they lost the first game. What was
You
the
got
problem?
to. Yeah, you need Ray Tanner. You need to cover a Ray Tanner team.
Yeah,
you
because
get
Ray
there
Tanner
and
would
you
just
can-
throw that same poor
one-
kid out there the first game every year, just lose it on purpose. I think it was Nolan Belcher.
One game gone.
So can you? Everybody's a little edgy tonight.
Yeah, what's the deal? What's wrong with people?
They expected.
I had people
some
all
stuff.
I had people all day. They're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? You guys, how are you gonna spin this? What is there to spin? They had what, a week and a couple days? Like, come on, like I don't know what. Honestly, it was a good day. You had the one miss, Josiah Hayes, and that was it.
He really was the
You had
only.
everybody else you thought you were gonna get.
He really was the only true
Yeah.
miss. Yeah. The wide receiver from Illinois was. They thought they were getting him, and then he ended up at Nebraska. But that was a late deal anyway. He was going to be
the Cadillac kid.
Yeah, he was going to be a steal anyway. Nebraska had
Man, Neil, I was so hoping that he would sign with Ole Miss because I wanted to get Edgy Tim on the show.
Oh, I know. We were going to get him on and
You
talk
could
about it.
rehash
Yeah.
the Crete stuff from back in the day.
I wonder if he even remembers.
Probably.
Because he's a Chicago kid. Went to Simeon. Shout out to Derrick Rose.
What is your connection
But,
to Edgy
yeah,
Tim?
I mean-
why are we fascinated by Edgy Tim?
Well, so Neil talked about him before,
Right.
but I had heard about him when I lived in Chicago and how he was like a local legend for covering high school sports. And I mean, Neil, does he run his own site that basically covers Chicagoland area?
He covers the whole state of Illinois.
He does the
preps.
high school Illinois site.
Woo.
So I was in the car with
Okay.
him. You remember Benji, the basketball star that was gunned down when he was like 17, 18 years old?
Yeah.
ESPN did a 30 for 30 on it. And so I asked him, I said,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, do you remember that kid? And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's telling me all about it. And we're literally driving through the south side of Chicago. And he's like, he's just buried right over there or whatever. And he's like, give me this whole history lesson. It was crazy.
If you had to get it within,
Yeah, I remember.
Go ahead, finish that, and I'll ask you.
Well, I was gonna say at one point I had a good friend of mine from back home. Honestly, now that I think about it, could have been a potential NCAA violation. But a friend of mine was a mentor / speed trainer. He was a basketball coach at Ridgeway High School, but one of their quarterbacks came up to a Nike camp in Chicago, and they came over and hung out at our apartment for a little bit, and he hung out at the house, and we went to lunch, and I think I actually bought him lunch and joked about it. I was like, I guess that could be a violation that I bought him lunch, but yeah, I was like, what location, like what school are you going to? And they told me who it was, and then they said, yeah, there's this guy that's supposed to be there that everybody says to get an interview with. They call him like Edgy Tim or something. And I remember Googling him, and yeah, he like runs the entire site for all of the entire state. I mean, that's wild.
So if you have to get it within 3, let's just whatever, because fans like this kind of stuff. What's Ole Miss's final recruiting ranking when February gets here? I'll give you three spots on both sides.
I'll say 24.
Oh, wow. You're high. I was going to say 32.
So how are they getting
I
to
think
24?
I think they're going to be top 30.
Where,
I don't know. There's something about Kiffin, and he seems awfully confident. And I think some conversations that I've had with Neal off the record with potential staff hires, and I'm banking on that. If he gets some of these names that he wants to get, I think the cachet is just going to continue to expand, and I think that I just think he's going to be able to get in the room with some kids and convince them to come to Ole Miss. I think the appeal, the national appeal of coming to play for Lane Kiffin in the SEC West, kind of be that villain to, hey, come over here and help me try to beat my old boss. No former assistants ever beaten Nick Saban. I think that's something that could appeal to recruits, and I think that he's going to be able to recruit nationally. I don't think he'll miss a beat there. I mean, he's going to be able to go into any living room and talk to kids. So I'm kind of going a little high there, a little bit on the higher end, but I don't know. They've got a lot to offer. I mean, you've got plenty of room in the class. They can do some big game hunting, and he's been adamant about playing the best player regardless of class. So he's going to be able to throw that out there.
So here's my last thing with you: are there enough kids waiting to do that? Like where do we stand on the overall pool of how many kids signed today versus how many left? Because a lot of times, I mean, it's an overwhelming number that are already off the board in December. So what is that pool looking like?
I feel like this year there were a lot more kids that chose to wait till February, and I think there's not a ton of players sign early, but there's also a lot of players who have a lot of, whether that's schoolwork to get taken care of, or I think they kind of want to see how, a potential school like Ole Miss, they're going to have a lot of coaching turnover. They want to see who they hire. And I think that Kiffin mentioned that in his press conference, and he's kind of hinted at it where they were doing a lot of convincing people to wait. They weren't really trying to sign a ton of players. They were just hey, just give us time, let us get a staff in, give us, let us recruit you till February. And if they're not enrolling early, then there's really no need. They can just kind of take their time, take their 5 official visits. So I still think there's going to be a large pool of players to choose from, but I think it's also a matter of he's going to be picky he's not just going to sign, but because they signed 12, so a quote unquote full class will be close to 30. He's not just going to go out and just sign 18 players just to sign them. He's going to be a little picky and want to get actual SEC athletes. So they'll be able to go after some big fish. But as far as how many, what the collective, I don't know the number.
Somebody in our live chat
still
says 20 of the top 100 are not signed. And in some ways what it does, it just kind of unclutters everything, because a lot of the kids that signed were always going to that school, and it just kind of gets them off the board and is done with it.
Right. Well, I think there was a ton that still, remain committed, and they're just kind of like, yeah, like I'm, maybe they're playing a spring sport and they're hanging around high school for another semester, so they're just like, yeah, I'll just wait, because we all know what doing a little waiting does.
Yeah.
Maybe drive the proverbial price up a bit, but
yeah, supply and demand. When there's less supply, there's more
basic
demand.
economics. Basic
more
economics.
Demand.
Yeah.
Neal made an A in government today,
That's right.
so he's on a high horse a little bit.
I did. I made an A in government 201 at the University of Arkansas. I have a 4.0 for the semester.
That's topical. Topical for what happened today.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I hate you're not in Kroger, but nonetheless, appreciate you giving us a shout.
Yeah, I was at a pizza place earlier, but there was nobody in there to even talk to. So
yeah.
It would have been
would
have been bad pod.
That would have been.
Hold
depressing.
on, you went to a pizza place that was completely empty?
Little Caesars.
Yeah, I think there was one other person. Well, I was in the little takeout. You can walk up to the window, grab a couple slices.
Yeah.
So I was just in there.
I got you.
Gotcha.
All right, I appreciate it, bud.
Talk to you soon.
Sorry, I did not mean to cut him off right
that's
there,
Zach
but
Berry.
it's okay. Do what?
I said that is Zach Berry.
Yeah,
I can kind of do my last little ad here right now. We're brought to you by Oxford University Bank, OUB, locally owned and operated right here in Oxford. When you deposit money at OUB, that money and the vast majority of the bank's profits go right back into the Oxford community. OUB is also home to a commercial checking account now paying 1% interest as long as you keep $10,000 in the account. It comes with fully interactive online banking. You can also set up any local business to deposit checks from the office, not have to worry with coming to the bank daily to deposit those checks. To learn more, go to liveoxfordbankoxford.com or call 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured.
Yeah, it's a good point there. When the second signing day is getting here, I mean, you've got, every school doesn't have to worry about the guys that are already in the boat. I mean, everything gets doubled down. There's more and more pressure on the guys that are left uncommitted at that point because there is no babysitting. The babysitting is over. It's already in the boat.
Patrick Fletcher says he's hearing DJ McCarthy as the wide receivers coach. I've heard that too. It's a name we mentioned days ago, I think. I can't remember. We'll see.
So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. We've got a couple more staff spots to fill at least. I got to get this defensive coordinator done whenever that is. He's not in a hurry at all because now, once this thing's done, they're going into a quiet period for a while. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, they're going to a quiet period on Friday. It goes until January the 15th. Here's my thing. If he were dead set on Mac, don't you think he would have put that out by now?
That would make if you're dead set, it's already done because it would have helped you in recruiting. It would have shown some stability. It'd let you move on to some of those other defensive coaches. It's like he said, he's getting the coordinator done first and then going from there. So, no, he's not set on anything or it would be done. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he's announced the guys he wanted to announce. And, yes, Lori mentions this in our live chat. This Arkansas assistant today, Sam Carter, it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen from a college coach, especially at this level. He tweets at 5:45 a.m. So got up this morning, one of the first things he did, tweet this if you haven't seen it. If you are a 2020 DB, defensive back, and you're not signing today, send me your info ASAP. Need game changers. Arkansas 2020, all gas. Let's go. Two grammatical errors in it.
He used the wrong "your."
He did. And then, hold on a minute. It is signing day, and we're just asking for some film. What is going on over there?
I don't look. I paid tuition. I don't check out the football program.
You handled the government stuff today.
I did. That is not football.
This game's got close. Thunder 124, Grizzlies 122, 7 seconds left.
Thunder doing what you're not supposed to do right now.
Win.
Don't win.
Stop that.
Yeah. The Thunder's problem is they're not good, but they're not quite awful.
I mean, how many joke film or something did this guy get sent today, you think? Hundreds?
That was along the lines of, hey, if you don't besmirch these young men's character.
Compliance.edu email from
Can you imagine the Ole Miss compliance.edu email?
If you're an Arkansas fan, you're pissed.
Sure.
Going, whoa.
What are we doing?
Just cold calling at this point for DBs?
We're just going next door. Hey, you got any DBs in your house? How old are your kids? You got a 16-year-old male by chance?
How tall?
Can he run?
You got a 40 time? Yeah, I mean, our message board, if an Ole Miss assistant sent that out, would just go up in flames. Just combust right there. At the buzzer, nope. All right, Thunder have won the game. 122 over the Grizzlies. So I apologize for all the technical difficulties earlier. If you missed some of it, if you came in late because of it, we'll have a podcast. It was clearly an issue from the standpoint of our OBS system. That's what did it. It was not the internet. The internet appeared to be solid the entire time.
I'd like to hereby apologize to the people at AT&T.
Yeah. It was nothing to do with AT&T at all. It was strictly this.
Although I will say AT&T that sometimes when I'm doing my Peloton ride in the middle of the afternoon and it buffers, it's very frustrating.
It does do that some.
Oh, Yeah.
Does it really?
Not as much as it used to.
Okay. So we
We
apologize
need
for
your
that.
votes on the internet.
We need your votes on the internet.
Chase is going up against the evil Ole Miss Spirit. I'm going up against Bunky Perkins. It's like attacking the entire internet at one time.
Yeah, there's a lot of going on. We got stuff all over the place.
I mean,
so,
seriously, I had that thing in the bag and Nikhazy gets involved. And next thing you know, it's 50-50. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm sorry, Neil.
Tell him. I'll find a trash.
It finished 50-50, but you got the nod.
Yeah,
right.
I guess I had slightly more.
Yeah, you had more votes.
So 50.1 to 49.9 or something like that.
Yeah. So we'll have any coach stuff, recruit stuff as it moves forward. Again, this is the Thursday podcast, so check it out there. If you missed any of this, I'll edit out as much of the other stuff as we can get to, and we appreciate you guys as always. Come on back next time for the next hand raise, guys. We'll talk to you then.